We got big events right around the corner, and TB2's got to talk about it. And I know you're probably thinking, well, WrestleMania, that's the big event coming up. It is, and TB2 will be in Las Vegas for WrestleMania weekend. So if you're in the area, whether you're a content creator, you're a wrestler, you're a referee, you're a valet, hit us up. We'll shake hands, we'll kiss some babies, we'll gamble some money, we'll have a drink, and we'll enjoy the weekend in Vegas. But tonight we're actually on the other side of the river. We're talking AEW Dynasty. We're going to go ahead and do our predictions for Dynasty. I think the card's pretty much locked up at this point. We may have some added late minute, but with it being this weekend, we're going to go ahead and jump in, get our predictions out there, get it posted so the people know where we stand. And the Burr, B-U-R-R-R, is always standing right here for you people, but he's always standing next to the boss, B-O-double-dollar-sign, my tag team partner, and he is joining me tonight, man. You find them peeps out there?
Looking for my peeps. A-A-W-W-E, TNA2. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we here, AEW Dynasty. They got a shoe in between WrestleMania, so let's talk about it, bro. You know, we fuck with AEW over here. Like, share, comment, subscribe. TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, TB2 podcast. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, stay tuned. We got interviews coming. We got just dropped Mike Anthony not too long ago. Great interview with him. We're going to jump into AEW. We're going to go ahead and just try to keep it a little basic, not get into the meat and potatoes of all this too much. Because we've got review shows for that. So we're going to jump into the first match I got on the card is the 0 Hour. You know, they like to start these free hours. I think WWE got that idea from somebody. I'm not sure who in this day and age. But we got a match on the 0 Hour. We got Alex Windsor, which is Will Ospreay's wife, fighting Marina Shafir of the Death Riders. So we still got this United Kingdom Death Riders feud going on, even with the women. And they're fighting a dynasty. So how you think this plays out?
Marina Shafir in the 0 Hour. She just went from main event status pop, right? She was with Ronda Rousey last card, right? Now she in the 0 Hour. Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and say Marina Shafir, man. Just take the bigger name. 0 Hour don't count. It don't matter.
I mean, Alex Windsor as a tag team as a tag team, the Brawling Birds, they're undefeated right now, but I think I agree with Boss on this one. I think as a singles competitor, Marina gets the best of her here. And for one other reason that I'll talk about a little bit later, but I think Marina gets the Death Riders win here. Maybe some shenanigans, maybe some tomfoolery going on. Maybe she just chokes her out with the mother's milk. But we're definitely in agreement here. We got Marina going over on the 0 Hour.
Hell yeah.
We've also got, so with Kyle Fletcher being injured, he's had to basically default vacant the title. So we're doing a Casino Gauntlet match at Dynasty for the TNT title. The problem is with it being kind of casino style, you don't know who's all going to be in this match. This is a gimmick that I love AEW doing, where they've got these matches that you don't know who's all going to be in it. The two names that I've seen thus far confirmed to start the match 1 and 2 is Tommaso Ciampa and Rush. So you've got those two, and then I guess anybody else that's been around the TNT title picture, your Briscoe maybe, your Claudio maybe, I just throwing some names out there. Maybe your Lashley, her Syndicate's return. Just throwing some names out there.
We heard people. TNT title, dope title. Like you said, a lot of good dudes in that division, bro. A lot of good dudes in that division. The first, so this is what, a tournament style though? You said the first match is Tommaso versus...
It's a gauntlet match, so you have people coming in at other
gauntlet
points.
match. Okay, it's a gauntlet. So the first two people in the gauntlet is Rush and Tommaso?
Correct.
Okay, Rush, wasn't he just doing something with Darby?
Yeah.
Damn. So he busy. He busy right now. So he ain't winning that shit. Tommaso gonna win the first match. Then depending on who runs out, Tommaso will win that match. Then depending on who runs out, Tommaso will lose that match. If they bigger than Tommaso as far as rank. If they not, Tommaso will run through 3 of them. I'm gonna give Tommaso 3 of them. That's my money line DraftKings bet. I'm gonna give Tommaso 3 of them, depending on how deep this gauntlet go. I'll give Tommaso 3 because he in shape.
And maybe because Tommaso's in it, you've got Juice Robinson in it because he's been getting a little bit of a push here lately. You know, there's no telling really who can be put into this match. Just anybody not on the Dynasty card. If Darby's got a match. If it wouldn't have been there, I thought maybe he would have jumped into this. Who knows? I- I'm gonna go out on a limb. Of the two, I think Tommaso has the better chance of winning over Roosh. Does he run the table? I don't think so. I think he gets far. I don't think he runs the table. I think
I'll
somebody
give him
comes
3.
in. Yeah, I think somebody comes in, maybe the final match, the last person to come in is going to be somebody. It's probably going to be a babyface because Tommaso's playing the heel right now. They're probably going to try to
Right.
get that pop for him, getting that title. Tommaso may take it next week, but I think it's going to be your Juice Robinson or your, Lashley. I'm more apt to say it's Briscoe over Lashley, but I think my number one random pick, maybe it's Leo Rush. Maybe Leo Rush gets in there. But my
Hell
number
no.
one random
Oh,
pick,
yeah,
I think,
maybe he's the 3rd man, but if he's the 3rd man, he gonna lose. But,
yeah.
yeah, I give Tommaso 3. Quick question, that's on the 0 hour too?
I don't think that's on the 0 hour too.
Oh, that's gonna open it up?
Yeah, I think that's gonna
Or
open
we
it up.
don't know the order?
It may be on the 0 hour. I don't know the order. I just know the women's match had a specific thing that said 0 hour, and this promo on this one doesn't. So that's what I'm going with.
Yes, I don't know, man. I got mixed feelings about gauntlet matches, bro. A part of me feel like those are unless it's not a tournament. I like tournaments. I like King of the Rings style shit. But I think you have to dedicate maybe like a TV show to a gauntlet. I don't know how I feel about gauntlets on pay-per-views, really. It takes up a lot of time into a pay-per-view. So I don't know, man, about this. But Dynasty is live from Vancouver, right?
Somewhere up there.
Yeah, Vancouver, Canada, Vancouver, British Columbia.
Yep.
So we're up north and we on the West Coast. We're gonna be on Pacific time, so it's gonna start off a little early. So this shit gonna be long. So whoever's tapped into Dynasty, get your snacks and everything ready because you're gonna be sitting there for a while. Especially if this is starting off the match. The card. We don't even know who's gonna be in this motherfucker. So AEW, baby.
AEW. The next match I got on the list, it was basically set up this last week. We had a return in Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho gets interrupted by Ricochet when he's signing his contract to be renewed into AEW, and part of that contract was he got to pick his opponent at Dynasty, and something that hadn't been said for 10 years, but Ricochet, he just made the list. And so we've got Ricochet versus Chris Jericho at Dynasty.
Wow.
What are your thoughts here?
Gonna depending on how Chris Jericho is, like how he looks, how he performs, it's gonna be a great match. You know what I'm saying? We don't get Chris Jericho in his prime, unfortunately, one of the greatest cruiserweights of all time against Ricochet, because that would be a banger.
Ooh,
But we
yes.
get Chris Jericho against Ricochet, man. I ain't mad at this, bro. I ain't mad at it. I was kind of mad not feeling Chris Jericho. And y'all can go ahead and listen to our last AEW review if you really want to hear it in detail. But I had mixed emotions on where they would put him, what's going on. And yeah, I'm not mad at this match, bro. It's gonna be a great match. But my question to you, bro, because you asked me a question, so let me throw one back to you. What happened to Ricochet trying to get his belt back? Is that out of the picture? What does the crystal ball see with that? Like,
That's the thing here. I think that's a key in the way that this match is interesting in one way because of the original dynamic. We've been told some of our interviews at the end of the day, your match is good versus evil. We were told that recently. It's good versus evil. And so
Right.
you're good versus evil. You've got Chris Jericho on the good side and Ricochet on the evil side. I mean, that's a weird dynamic. And so I'm really intrigued to see how their psychology is and how they play off of those roles in this match, you know? The thing that I think puts it over on who's winning this, Jericho doesn't need the win. It's nice that he come back, but the fact that Ricochet has the demand with him, they can cheat to beat Jericho, and Jericho doesn't lose anything, and Ricochet doesn't lose his momentum at trying to break into that main event heavyweight title picture. Um, so I think for those reasons, I think Ricochet wins this match, but I'm really intrigued to know how the dynamic of the match itself is, with Ricochet playing the heel, playing the bad guy, playing the evil, and Chris Jericho being the one that's got to be the babyface or the good guy on the opposite side of that.
Make sure you writing this down on your paper who we pick, okay? Because I'm gonna go with the opposite and say Chris Jericho is gonna win this one. He can't lose in Canada. It's his first match back. Honestly, it's a good match for Ricochet's resume. And I agree, you know, he does have the demand on his side. But I just see the Lionheart getting the victory, bro. I got the Lionheart, Chris Jericho winning this one, bro. Greatest cruiserweight, well, not the greatest, but one of the greatest. Argue with me all the way, all day with this shit. But top 5 dead or alive cruiserweight, Ricochet definitely gonna be one of the best cruiserweights. Is he cruiserweight? You
Yeah,
consider him cruiserweight?
I mean, he's put on some muscle, so I don't know where
Yeah,
that
yeah,
weight
yeah. He's bigger now, but
even.
you know, he's a high flyer technician guy like Chris Jericho. So mirror match.
Yeah, yeah, and
Good
maybe.
match for his resume, man. It's a good match for his resume. If he wins, excellent. You know, I'm a Ricochet fan, bro. So um yeah, not mad at it. But I definitely got my money on Chris the Lionheart Jericho.
Yeah, and maybe this is a passing of the torch type of thing, you know? Maybe this is,
It
we
could
talked about
be.
it for Mania.
It could be.
So the next match we're going to talk about, we've got a tag team match. Now, you can't have a pay-per-view without having at least a few Don Callis members on the card because it's
Yeah,
like a third of the roster. Um,
right.
so we got a tag team match. You're getting Takeshita and Okada going against the Young Bucks. You got Callis earlier, Don Callis earlier this week, talking about he was close to having Kyle Fletcher and Okada against the Young Bucks. But since Kyle Fletcher got hurt, he's got to replace him with Takeshita. Well, he told them that they can fight each other after we can have friendly competition after y'all team together this weekend at Dynasty. After y'all team together, y'all can, and then they come to blows in the middle of the ring with this brawl going on around them. So I don't know what the chemistry is between these two against the Young Bucks. I think that's what causes their downfall is the fact that Okada's just going to walk out on Takeshita and the Bucks are going to win. Or Takeshi's going to hit Okada with a something, and the Young Bucks are going to pin Okada to win. However, the route you go, it's going to be them two not getting along because they've already got the cue to fight after this. So they're going to have a match. You're going to want to build more heat for that match, even though this is another one that's been building and building. And I said it was going to come to this. It's finally coming together. But I think something causes their full disruption, and the Young Bucks win this match.
The Young Bucks don't got nobody else to fight except them. I mean,
Apparently.
I feel you on the Don Callis side because I'm still trying to figure out why is Takeshita still riding with these niggas. Like I'm still trying to figure out why I'm still I'm lost for that because he's getting set up to get let down. So yeah, I agree. I don't see how they're gonna do this. I don't see how they're gonna get through this match against an established tag team. It's the freaking Young Bucks for crying out loud.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So,
I got the Young Bucks going over on this one too. Easy call, honestly.
yeah.
Easy call.
So the next one's a little bit tougher for me. Speaking of the Don Callis family, they were tasked to take out Darby Allen, and the one person that hadn't really been taking part in these brawls while the Don Callis family is tearing apart Darby Allen is Andrade. Well, Andrade's got a singles match against Darby Allen this week. at Dynasty, and maybe this is the moment that he officially takes Darby out to get his payday. And both of these guys right now are number one. Basically, I say number one contenders. They're in that heavyweight title picture where any of them on any week could be the next challenger for MJF or Kenny Omega, whoever ends up winning, depending on what route they go. They can be in that title picture. We just talked about Brody King, him being in that title picture. So I don't know how they want to build this without both of them losing momentum heading towards that title. I think the whole Don Callis thing maybe causes. We seen on Raw where Grayson Waller and R-Truth didn't want him to get involved. Grayson Waller came out and he got involved. Same thing with Solo and Tama. Tama was in the match. He told Solo to stay in the back. He didn't. It cost Tama the match. I think we're going to get the same thing. I think Andrade is going to tell Don Callis family he could do it himself. Somebody like Al Clone shows up and ends up costing him the match. And then Don Callis has got to kiss his ass and get him a title shot in order to keep him in the family.
That's a deep prediction. This one is a hard one to call too, because like you said, bro, they kind of both hot. Darby Allen been doing this thing lately, so and I call him Mr. AEW. So damn. But money talks, right? Money talks, and the money is on his head. And the assassin is Andrade the assassin. So I got Andrade winning this, bro. He don't need shenanigans to beat fucking Darby Allen. So
that's why I think it's a downfall.
I got it clean, bro.
Yep.
Clean. Put that on my note. Put that as boss prediction. Clean Andrade assassin for the briefcase, for the money. Somehow I see them turning on MJF out of this, and then somehow maybe Darby Allen could come back, but I see because the money and briefcase and shit, the hit is at play. I think Andrade gonna win this. I mean, any other thing, if it was any other thing at play, I would say Darby Allen, but I could see Andrade beating him clean, especially because of the money bag at play. You feel me?
Yeah. And honestly, if that's the case, if that's the way that they're going to go and they're going to have Andrade come out of this, I think that means there may be a better chance at Kenny Omega to win the title against MJF, where we'll get there. But because you've got that hate between Don Callis and Kenny Omega, so the story's already right there, and Don Callis is trying to bring any competitor that he has on his team to take out Omega for the title. Maybe Andrade's on the top of the list.
We'll definitely see, bro. We'll definitely see. But my prediction for this night will be Don Callis family over Darby Allen, the one-man band, Mr. AEW. Unless Roger Strong gonna come out there and help your bitch ass. Roger Strong bitch ass come out there.
Well, the next match we got, I think, is going to be probably unanimous between us. We've got a women's title match between Tekla and Jamie Hayter, the other half of the Brawling Birds. So Brawling Birds pulling matches tonight, just not teaming together. And so Tekla's
Tekla. That only makes sense too. I mean, they didn't split the Brawling Birds up for them to lose as single competitors. Tekla.
Yeah. There's not enough story behind this. They're building Tekla as the beast female that's taken over, and she has the charisma. She has the story for this isn't good enough for me. I think Tekla wins.
Got the brass nuts. And if she get too crazy, she got the brass nuts. She'll pull them shits out and knock you out with them. So Tekla.
Yeah.
Bro.
I knew we were in agreement in that one. So then we've got some tag team titles on the line. We've got FTR going up against Cage and Cope. And this is after we find out that Cage has banged FTR's mamas. So, I mean, they've got something to fight for. They've got something to really be angry about.
Of course, Cage did it. Of course, Christian Cage did it, man. He doing everything I like, bro. He I told y'all from the beginning, he's Unk, man. That's an Unk right there, bro. And Unk don't give a damn, bro. I'm trying to get his money. Unk out here banging people, mamas and shit. I'm just unking out here, man. This is the setup for the Young Bucks versus Cage and Colt, man. Damn, FTR, y'all about to drop the belts to these old niggas? That's crazy. You know I gotta go with my boy, though. You know I gotta go with my boy. I gotta go with my boy only because they only came out here for this. They gonna win this shit. And, I'm surprised that it's happening so fast, but it's happening. And
Yeah.
in Canada, it's happening, bro.
Yep. Yeah, I think this is the beginning of them tossing the titles around between the three teams. This may be the beginning of this TLC match that we're going to get between these three teams. But at this point in time, I think, yeah, you've got to give the belts to Edge and Chris or Cage and Cope. You've got to do it. This is the beginning of it. This is how it starts. The feud's going to continue. I'm sure you're going to have all three of these teams involved in it going forward. But yeah, especially if Cage has already lost a couple of pounds, he's had built up with some mamas. He's feeling good. He's feeling lighter. So yeah, I think we're in agreement here, Cage and Cope.
Easy call, even though it's not gonna be an easy match for them to win. It's gonna be an easy call. It's an easy prediction, but will it be a good match? Yeah. I don't know who's gonna take on most of the load from Cage and Cope. I
Probably
don't
Cage.
know who's going, but yeah, my boys are back finally.
Yeah. So hey, maybe we declare new champions on Dynasty. We
Most
got two
definitely.
matches. We got two matches left on the card. One is
Mm.
this blood feud we got going on between Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley. And they're talking about breaking necks. They've got this 4-on-4 massive brawl where we got chairs and stairs and ladders and tables, and it was pandemonium. It's good to see Ospreay got some backup, but out here it's just 1-on-1. Boss, where do you think they're going with it?
Man, this is something that happened kind of soon too, man. Will Ospreay just got back. So I'm thinking, okay, if this WWE, Will Ospreay wins for the pop and everything, you know? But if they cooking this shit up for future reference, then man, the Death Riders, John Moxley might win only to keep it prolonging this feud. It's hard for me to say, bro. I gotta make a prediction, but I don't know, man.
Why you
I
thinking?
don't know, bro. It's hard for me to go with Ospreay with this shit. I mean, it should be the easy call, I think, but at the same time, AEW just a little bit more weirder than WWE. They're not conventional.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, what do you think, dog? The feud, you think the fire is still burning, or this is the climax of this?
The reason why I'm about to say what I'm about to say, the fact that Will Ospreay's been out for months because of this neck, and he's coming back from this neck, and he's already jumping right in here, this and that. When Will left, Will was at the top of the card fighting for the world title, right?
Yeah.
When he
Huh?
came back, he's going up against Jon Moxley, who's also kind of up in a world title contendership. So
Most
I
definitely.
think that they do have Will Ospreay win this match. I don't think it's just for the babyface pop. I think it's for
Mm.
them to show that he is still on that heavyweight level. That way, when they do throw him into a title picture, you don't have to be as uh like you're used to it already because he's winning these matches. He showed back up the same level he left. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
easier to believe him being a world champion when he's beating John Moxley clean versus him coming in and beating Darius Martin clean. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know, man. I kind of think John Moxley gonna play off the injury, man.
He's
I
going
think he's
to.
gonna play off the injury, and I think it's gonna work out in his favor, man. I'm gonna go with Will Ospreay though. I'm gonna go with Will Ospreay because I think his future is just a little bit brighter. He got a lot more stories to tell. No shorts to Death Riders and John Moxley, but I kind of think AEW want to switch a little bit of direction. Think we're
Yeah.
getting some Death Rider fatigue, but also I think it's gonna be a hell of a match. And if Will Ospreay, you got to get on top of him quickly because he's gonna give you some He's gonna give you hell.
The only other way I see this going, because the United Empire won that brawl that they had last week, and Ospreay ended up pinning Moxley at the end of it after he put him through a table with a hidden blade. Check out the AEW review; we get in all those details. But so if they had Will Ospreay win that match, maybe they have Moxley win this match, but they have him win it choking out Will Ospreay to where he didn't tap out, he didn't bitch out, he just passed out. So you got to give him credit for being, resilient. And also, if you're resilient and if you believe in yourself and if you have in your thoughts that you can do it, then you too can be a winner.
Oh man, I think it's got to be a definite winner in this match. I think it's definitely got to be a definite winner. So I'm gonna go Will Ospreay for this one, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the main event of Dynasty, what I assume is the main event. It's the final match. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. If you're still here and you're still listening, why not shoot us a little love? Why not comment something in the comments about how, Burr's take is the worst take and he doesn't know what he's talking about, or comment saying the crystal ball is about as accurate as the curse right now. We're on Goldberg undefeated streaks.
Could say
Go ahead.
that. Or you could argue or not argue, but you could fact check us and let us know Mike Bailey is Canadian.
Yeah, he still can't talk on the mic for shit. But we on TikTok, TB2 podcast. We on we on YouTube. We on Spotify. Make sure you give us a like. Make sure you show us some love. We're going to Vegas. We're going to
Hey,
Vegas.
we
We're gonna be
are.
down there for
We are.
WrestleMania weekend. So if you want to shake some hands, kiss some babies, gamble some money, have some drinks, talk some wrestling, we'll be in the area. Wrestlers, content creators, hit us up. Let us know. We've got a couple people we're gonna hit up. We've got a couple of shows we're gonna try to hit up. So yeah, please hit us up. Let us know. We'll be in the area. We got more interviews coming. We got more reviews and recaps coming. It's all coming down the pipe. We're throwing out content left and right. But the end of this content is a main event for the AEW World Heavyweight title.
Dynasty.
You got the God of Pro Wrestling, Kenny Omega, versus the Devil of Pro Wrestling, Mr. MJF. MJF coming into this match as champion boss. They've been talking for weeks. They've been going back and forth for weeks. Kenny told him, the last time you fought me, I was at 60, 80%. I was dealing with some things. And now I'm back. Now I'm back. But MJF, he's the modern day nature boy. He's the dirtiest player in the game. His backup plans have backup plans, and they all involve heelish tactics to get your title over to the next show. So, boss, with all that being said, how do you see this match planning out?
Well, this isn't a Texas death match, so we're going to have some wrestling go down. First of all, that's what I do see going down. I do see some wrestling taking place. MJF, man, he's on a hell of a run. He's on a hell of a run. He's one of the best heels in the game. He's one of the best on the mic right now. MJF doing his thing, bro. Kenny Omega, he claims to be at 100%. He claims to be a different guy. He claims to be charged up and ready. So I expect Kenny Omega to go 110%. He looked a little flat to me lately in the swerve match. That's neither here nor there. There's no stipulations to this shit either, right? Or is
Nope. Just as far as I know, it's just a singles match.
Damn. Ain't no stipulations? Kenny Omega might really. I got Kenny Omega then, Burr. Ain't no special weaponry fucking things going on. MJF in there by herself against Kenny Omega and a straight up. I'm gonna go ahead and say Kenny Omega, bro. I don't know how the belt's gonna land back in MJF fingertips, but it'll be cool to see him work for it. You don't gotta win every pay-per-view just cause he the man. I got Kenny Omega, especially if this ain't no crazy ass cage match or no weird shit. I got Kenny Omega to keep it real.
So I'm a big AEW fan. I'm a big wrestling mark. I love this shit. I'll watch hours and hours directly into my veins. MJF Kenny Omega excites me in a wrestling match. You know Kenny is the better wrestler. Now MJF is a damn good wrestler. I am not
Yeah,
trying to doubt MJF's abilities at all. But
right,
as for strictly wrestling, Kenny Omega is better. However,
right,
comma,
right.
when the Burr does his research, I'm looking at statistics. I'm looking at, you know, days that we've been champion versus days other people's been champion, and comparing the rankings of the wrestlers that have been fought against, and I'm digging deep. And at the end of the day, when this match, I had to pick a winner. I had to pick on who I thought was going to win this match. I had to dig into, and we're going to Vegas. We're going to Vegas in Mania weekend. I had to dig into the casino books to see what the odds were for this match, boss. I had to sit there and you know, when you're going in these casinos, they get closer than what I feel is humanly possible. You've got, even in the finals of March Madness, they predicted it was a 6.5 point difference. The game ended in a 6 point difference. Okay? Let's be real. These guys are in tuned. I don't know if it's AI. I don't know if it's a nerd in the back that just knows numbers, but they are in tuned. And when I seen that they had MJF as minus 300 and Kenny Omega at plus 200,
Damn.
then the odds are in the favor of Mr. Kenny, or Mr. MJF as being he's Kenny's the underdog.
Yeah,
MJF
he
is
is.
has odds to win this. So that being said, I'm going MJF to keep it somehow, some way, some heel tactic. He just took out Hangman Page. Well, better way to build him like a Gunther style heel than taking out all the favorites all around the thing. And it's gonna mean more once somebody takes the title off him. Maybe it's not Kenny, maybe it's Will. But in this
Damn.
particular match, I got MJF.
Damn. So you gonna put 300 up just to win 100 instead of putting 100 up to win 220 for your boy Kenny Omega? I'm a
I'm
gambler in that. In those regards, I can't turn that down. I gotta put my 100 up and try to win 220 from Kenny, but because okay, like I said, bro, why not have him come? Why not have him drop the belt here at Dynasty just to win it at All In or something a little bigger? You know, like why not? But you know, fuck. He has been knocking shit down lately. And I mean, he just won a brutal one against Hangman Adam Page and took him out eliminator style. So if this not an eliminator style match, so that means Kenny Omega could get a rematch if he was to lose.
yeah, yeah.
But I'm gonna stick to my guns and stand down on 10 toes and say I got Kenny Omega with the upset, the underdog win. I don't know how long he gonna hold the title, but maybe we just need a little bit of mouthwash, a little rinse for AEW real quick, rinse and spit out. Then we'll put in some more MJF. But right now plus the man just had a fucking Texas death match. You don't think he need to sit down for like a month or two? I got Kenny Omega, dog.
Hey, I think, like I said, Kenny's the better wrestler. I think it'd be a nice moment for Kenny to win the title. I'm playing the odds. That's all I'm doing. When the
I
casino
ain't mad
tells
at
me
you.
it's probably going this way, then I'm gonna go ahead and say, hey, maybe it's probably going this way. So
Like I said, man, $100 to win you 300 to win you 100 versus 100 to win you 220, man. You know that's how they entice you right there.
yeah, and
But
that's the
they,
problem.
it's still those odds are close though. From a Vegas point of view, from a Vegas guy, those are close odds. Now, if it was Kenny Omega plus 800 or 500 and fucking MJF minus 800, 500, then he clearly gonna dust. You know, they
Yeah.
don't, but those odds are kind of close. It's only 120 between them. So, whoo, it's gonna be close, bro. It's gonna be a good match. And it could go either way. And sometimes, bro, the heel, I mean, like, okay, not Kenny, MJF, he's suffering from a lot of disease that a lot of these wrestlers get, man, where they big, bro. They too big. They're such a good heel, you love them. They're such a big star, you want to see them all the time. But then you get under the illusion that they can't lose. So, I mean, who else better to shake this shit up than Kenny Omega, bro? I don't know, man. It's my prediction. I'm sticking to it, man.
Hey. That's you're entitled to your prediction. Don't go against your integrity. Don't disgrace your integrity. Just recently told that. Check out the Mike Anthony interview.
Genetic
Burrr,
nightmare.
this has been Dynasty. We got it on the 12th of April coming up this weekend. It should be a good show, but this has been our predictions. So we'll see after Dynasty plays out. Probably on that next Dynamite, we'll have to do a review with, or maybe we'll just do our Dynasty on its own thing, depending on what all happens. But we'll see how these
Man, you
predictions
know they
play
love
out.
it. They love it when we do PLE reviews, so you know we're gonna have to do a Dynasty recap and give it its own justice, bro. There's no way in hell you're gonna sit there and watch a 9-hour show and we don't do a fucking recap.
Yeah, you're
Boss
right.
will be watching too. Boss will be tuning in and out of that. You know, Saturday kind of a busy day for me, but I will be watching Dynasty because I'm looking forward to seeing the Kenny Omega MJF match. I'm looking forward to seeing what Will Ospreay doing. And I'm excited to see Cage and Colt back in the ring. So it's definitely gonna be worth the buy. Y'all go ahead and I don't know, subscribe, stream, whatever the fuck y'all do to get it. Go ahead and y'all make sure y'all get it and support AEW, Dynasty, all those guys over there at AEW. Make sure you support TB2 podcast as well. It costs no money to click like. It costs no money to just subscribe. It costs no money to listen. Put us on while you're driving to work or wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a wrestling fan like your boy.
And if you don't want to just click the like button, you can hit it with a genetic dream, which is a move that Mike Anthony completely invented to his knowledge. You can hit it with the genetic dream and take it out of existence. That'd be cool too. Just hit it with everything you got. You ain't gotta just poke at it, all right? Hit it with something that means something around here, around the TB2 podcast.
Yes, sir.
I have been the Burr. B
Yeah, you
U
are.
Ara. I've been here with the boss, B.O. $. This has been our TB2 Dynasty prediction, and we'll see you soon.
Hey, before you cut it, man, the 2 might stand for 2 Augie Hall legends. I don't know, man. It might. Stop it. Y'all won't know what TB2 stand for. Don't worry about it, man. It might stand for 2 Augie Hall legends up in this bitch. We here, man. Y'all stay tuned. Road to WrestleMania weekend coming up soon. Hella content. AEW Dynasty, AEW recaps. We got Dynasty and Collision. Y'all know how we do it for AEW, so stay tuned for the AEW weekly review on Raw SmackDown. We got a cool interview with a cool guy. Yeah.
More on the way.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, we appreciate you watching. Like us on Spotify. Listen to us on Spotify, YouTube. Click the tiki-talkie at TB2. Always posting TB2 podcast. Always posting random stuff. Y'all check it out. But stay tuned for our next video. And until then, we'll see you later.
Viva!